All right, we are here. Oh, but people are moved around. Let's fix that.
Uh-oh.
There
Moved
we
around.
go. There we
Oh,
go.
is it
On
because
the
Trevor's
Twitch stream
absent?
thing. No, I fixed that. I just had Kinsley and me swapped for some reason.
Hi,
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
Kinsley.
Eh.
If you can't do the voice, just don't try.
I can try.
Oh my gosh.
I'm Kinsley.
I'm gonna call that a slam fail.
Not even a slam dunk, a slam fail.
Yeah, you know you really are, good at the fails if it's a slam fail.
That's awesome. You guys ready to play some D&D?
Yes, let's get to
D&D. All right. Welcome back, adventurers, to another episode of the Curse of Strahd with your cast here at Lakeside Legendz. First, First, we have imra'lyr Sardith, the Shadow Elf Ranger, played by Lore. Kinsley, our firbolg cleric, played by Blair. And me, a changeling druid, played by Arthur. Unfortunately, Francisco Guadalupe del Valle, the changeling fighter, played by Trevor, will not be joining us this evening. He has to work. Sad day. But let's not forget about yours truly, your DM and master storyteller for this saga, DM David.
You hear it? The
Alright.
dogs are cheering for you.
That's great. So, on our last episode, it feels like not a lot happened. It was a very, not necessarily short episode, but I feel like not a lot happened in the 2 hours we played.
We killed an old woman.
Yeah, so our heroes went toe-to-toe with Baba Lysaga and ultimately crushed her. Then, from seemingly out of nowhere, a zombie postman approached our heroes and delivered to them an invitation to Castle Ravenloft. Strahd claimed he'd like them to join him for dinner and that he'd finally like to end this little adventure of theirs. Once the invitation was delivered, the zombie left and our heroes stood perplexed near the entrance of the ruined city of Berez as they began deciding what they should do next. And that is where we are now.
All right, so that was weird.
Yeah.
And now he has a picture of Francisco stuck in a dress. I'm sure Strahd's going to
it
love
was a very
that.
beautiful drawing, I swear.
I forgot about that.
Did we have me make a performance check on that?
Yeah,
he
we
did, and he
he
did it real bad.
Really
Real
good.
bad.
Real bad.
Yeah.
Well, what can you do?
No, what is my... Oh, there it is. Okay, so before we continue, I want to make sure that... Why is everything falling out? That we covered all of our bases. So first, here it is. So we got Strahd's diary from the tree, right? That gave us
Yes.
some information. We killed the traitor who was the wealthy woman. Right? Got the holy symbol.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what what was the holy
Oh.
symbol for?
I don't know if
Who
you
has
guys ever
that?
figured that out.
I don't think we did either.
I'm pretty sure we got it, but
Yeah, no, we have it, but we don't know what it's for. Hey, let's take that out. We're just going to go through the checklist and make sure that we're all ready.
the power of Saloon compels you.
Right. So DM
Little
again,
weakened Strahd.
take out the holy symbol.
Okay.
I thought it not the Dawn Father?
It is like a
Thought it
giant
was, yeah.
sun with a ruby in the
Wait.
middle and like Gaelic looking like
What if-
interesting stuff
Weaving.
around it. Yeah, it's like a big silver medallion.
What if it's used to keep Strahd from regenerating like daylight kind of thing?
Maybe that would be super useful, but I think that's more of the sword thing because it's like A sword? Is it a sword of sunlight or just light? Because that's going to make a difference.
Well, Spit has it. He can take it out.
Yeah,
Take a
let's
look,
ask
Spit.
the sword.
Okay.
Or Spit is attuned to it, so I'm assuming he would just know.
Yeah, so it looks like it's called a sun sword, and
Right.
the blade is really shiny and it's very bright. And
Right.
and
So Spit.
yeah.
It's going to be really important that what's going to happen, because I know a lot about vampires, when we kill him, he's going to go poof into a bunch of like foggy mist stuff. It's going to be really important that you slash through that foggy mist stuff, because then he'll not be able to come back.
Aren't we able to just set it on fire?
Is it?
No, it has to be
daylight?
sunlight or
So
there's
if
one other
that
thing.
fails, I do have a spell that creates sunlight.
Oh, perfect. So we have those two things.
What would happen if someone were to consume the ashes? Just out of curiosity.
You would have eaten Strahd.
Mhm.
I don't know what would happen.
Recommend that.
I'm not saying that I'm
as-
going to do it, but I had
As
a like.
someone
I'm just
who
curious.
studied the undead. He's just stuck on that face for a while.
I don't know what it's made out of. No, it's bothering me.
What is made out of?
Isn't
The
it
sword.
technically
It's
made out of
sunlight.
his brother's spirit?
His spirit. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe his
mean-
spirits like.
I could just bring him out, and then we could ask him.
That's what I was
If
saying.
if you really want to.
All right, bring out the man.
Hey, you! Come
Bring
out!
him against the floor or something. Maybe that'll get him.
Maybe don't do
Yeah!
that.
He starts hitting a fence post with it.
Come out, you dumb thing!
Oh, my head! Oh, my goodness! Stop swinging me around!
Where is this thing made out of? What is it?
It's my spirit.
You do like. Are
What
you?
I thought.
You embody sunlight or something?
Yes, it's mixed with my spirit and sunlight. That's why it's called the Sun
Alright.
Sword.
That's what I thought.
Huh.
All right,
Okay.
Spit, you can stop wiggling him around. You're probably going to make him throw up spirit vomit.
Don't puke! I don't want to clean that up. Go away
And
We could
now.
have him.
It's
We
your
could have him
sword,
puke
so
on
if he pukes,
Strahd.
then it's your job to clean it up.
No!
I lean over to Spit. Spit. When we're killing Strahd, you should shake the sword. Maybe he'll puke on Strahd.
Oh, sun puke!
It turns into a projectile weapon.
Yeah, maybe we can try that. That'd probably be good.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So we know that we have two options to take care of Strahd's essence when he does that. But we need to figure out what the purpose of this holy symbol is. We went through the trouble of getting it. So can someone like sit down and I don't know, commune with it or with their the
I
the
can
Dawnfather
try.
and I are pretty close right now, but
Kinsley
it's
might be
not
a
the
good
talkative
option.
type. He's more the strong, silent type.
I don't know if that would be like a thing of betrayal though. That works.
What?
Well,
Well, no.
I was saying
considering
Kinsley
the
could.
Dawnfather and Saloon are the only gods that seem to be in this land, I don't think that they would be enemies. Would I know if the Dawnfather and Saloon are Gucci?
Are they like a
Um,
thing, or do
make-
they not like each other?
Make a religion check with advantage.
That was pretty good. I will take that 18 over that natural one.
Yeah.
At least that's
so
one
it
out of the
is
way.
23.
So the Dawnfather and the what
Night
would we call
Mother.
her? Night Mother. Yeah. They are pretty Gucci. Like they do get along. It's not like they're against each other. It's more so like two sides of the same coin, like life and death. Like they work together. They're not against each other.
Alright.
Well, I don't think that Saloon would mind if I at least sat down with it to try to see what this is about and how we can utilize it.
You're
Yeah, I
probably
think-
the most religious of us, so that's
No, you
probably for the best.
definitely are.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will go ahead and sit down with the holy symbol and see if I can figure out how we can use this.
Okay. So it does require attunement. So if you guys want to take some time to do that, you're more than welcome to. I mean,
Let's
attunement
make a
only,
lunch.
yeah, it only takes like an hour, I believe.
Well, it's someone else's turn to make lunch for once.
I'll make lunch. I've made lunch a couple of times. Not always.
Can
though.
I help?
Sure.
All
All
right.
right.
Okay, so you guys go and make lunch. Kinsley, what do you do to sit down and try to attune to this thing?
Well, I will say a little prayer to Saloon for guidance, but then I will also say a prayer to the Dawn Father and express our needs to him, hoping that I can reach him the way that I've been able to reach Saloon.
Okay, cool. As you sit there and you say your prayers both to Saloon and the Dawn Father, you begin to feel this light glowing from your hands into the amulet. The amulet slowly begins to glow as you have it ruby side up. And as you do this, light projects out of the ruby like how you would see a holographic projection. And essentially a very small story unfolds in front of you. Although no words are spoken, you, as a good aligned cleric, are able to see this. No one else does. And you gain this knowledge through your attunement. So I'll just read this to you. So the holy symbol of Ravenkind is a unique holy symbol, sacred to the good-hearted faithful of Barovia. It predates the establishment of any church in Barovia. According to legend, it was delivered to a paladin named Lugdana by a giant raven, or an angel in the form of a giant raven. Lugdana used the holy symbol to root out and destroy nests of vampires until her death. The high priests of Ravenloft kept and wore the holy symbol after Lugdana's passing. After some time, it was lost. The holy symbol is, it's a platinum amulet, not silver, shaped like the sun, with a large crystal embedded in its center. The holy symbol has 10 charges for the following properties. It regains 1d6 plus 4 charges daily at dawn. So I think each one of these things expends, a certain number of charges. So you have 10 charges altogether. The first one only takes up 1 charge. As an action, you can cast Hold Vampire. You present the holy symbol to make it flare with holy power. Vampires and vampires spawn within 30 feet of the holy symbol. When it flares, must make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, a target is paralyzed for 1 minute. It can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns to end the effect on itself. If you expend 3 charges, you can cast Turn Undead. If you have the Turn Undead or the Turn the Unholy feature... All right. So if you have the Turn Undead or the Turn the Unholy feature... I think it means if you use it. You can expend 3 charges when you present the holy symbol while using that feature. When you do so, maybe you have to have the feat or the spell already in order to use it.
Well, because turn undead
think-
is just a thing that a clerics can do.
I
Okay.
think what it is that do those things normally expend spell slot charges?
No,
Oh,
it's just it's not a spell slot. It is a like once or twice a day or short rest thing.
Okay.
Oh, so
Well,
I
then
think it's saying
essentially,
you can use that.
yeah, you
but-
can use that
put it on the
instead of
charm.
expending your one or two things. So if you have Turn Undead or Turn the Unholy, I think Turn the Unholy is a paladin version of Turn the Undead, I would imagine.
I would think so.
Because-
Just a specific.
Yeah, because this can only be used by clerics or paladins. So yeah, you
Got it.
can use 3 charges to present the holy symbol. When you do so, undead have disadvantage on their saving throws against the effect. So if you use the symbol instead of just turn undead, they have disadvantage. And then if you use 5 charges, you can cast sunlight while presenting the holy symbol to make it shed bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. The light is sunlight and lasts for 10 minutes or until you end the effect. No action is required, or no action required to end the effect.
Well, dang.
So correct me if I'm wrong. If vampires are in sunlight, they have disadvantage on everything.
Let me go look at Strahd's thing real quick because he's got a lot of background.
I think that's a general vampire thing. Whether it applies to Strahd or not, I wouldn't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hope it would.
I imagine it would. Let's see.
Blair, do you have the same spell? And does it last as long?
So I have Dawn, and it only lasts for 1 minute.
Okay.
So I can I basically can it's a cylinder of sunlight, 30 feet around and 40 feet high.
Because theoretically, if we cast that at the beginning, he'd have disadvantage on everything. And when he does poof, he would just
Right.
and we wouldn't have to worry about it.
So sunlight does affect him. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how, but it does affect him.
Okay.
I mean, he's a vampire, so.
So my knowledge of them as they are my favorite enemy is hopefully on point. We'll see.
Yeah, gotta remember, he is a special vampire.
Vampire.
He's special boy.
Part of me really kind of wants to just inhale him when he dies. I
All
just
right.
think it'd be so
DM.
funny.
If with undead being my favorite thing, would I know speculatively what would happen if he inhaled Strahd?
Make
it's
I
not like they're-
guess-
Ashes. I think it's like a fog. So
What if I like
it's-
inhaled it and then use the holy, have Blair cast the daylight thing in my mouth?
So go ahead and make an intelligence check with advantage since it is your favorite enemy.
Intelligence has no additions. 14.
14. You would assume that that when vampires dissipate, essentially, it's like a mix of like ash and mist. So if he were to eat the ash and mist, it's not going to really stop Strahd from escaping. He'll probably just end up pouring out of all of his orifices. And if it can't escape, then no, I mean, enough would be able to escape. Like there wouldn't be, it would just come out like it could kill me.
It might kill you. I mean, I don't feel
He'd
like
start
there's
getting
a
ash and mist out of
point.
all of his pores and out of his eyes and nose, and it would
Like
it would
he-
escape.
That'd be a cool way to go. So we don't need Strahd back.
I feel like that's unnecessary.
It is
Unnecessary
totally
death.
unnecessary. That's like suicide by vampire eating inhalation. That's That's like no,
That's definitely not something I want to do, but it would be cool to see. So not something I want to do though.
Kinsley, all right. So you remember when we fought those werewolves, right? In the fields, and you held them in place, and then I shot them, point blank.
Yes, I think.
So what if we had the sunlight going, and you maybe theoretically hold him, and then we just attack and go crazy?
I mean, we could try it.
I feel like it's worth a shot. I don't know how good he is at, Maybe he'll. I don't know. Okay. So loose plan, something to play with later. Our next thing, we got the Revenant Knights.
Mm-hmm.
Now, were they going to help us actually fight Strahd, or were they going to attack the castle?
I think they were going to attack the castle.
Well, here's the thing. Now we have an invitation. But then he knows we're coming and will be expecting us. If we could get a surprise in, that would be cool.
What if we do the unexpected?
What would be the unexpected? You don't know. All right.
No, I'm just saying, what if we did the unexpected? I was open to suggestions.
Well, the thing is what would Strahd expect?
I can
I feel
tell you
like
one
he would
thing,
expect
he
us
wouldn't
to take the easy way in.
What if we bring the army and then we find a different way while the army's messing up the gate? Something.
Make him think we're just storming.
Yeah. Oh no.
But there's potential in that.
Something
right.
he also wouldn't expect is for all of us to show up in dresses.
Well, I'm already kind of wearing a dress. It's just under my plate armor.
Yeah.
True.
Okay. The next thing is that we have our beast enemy ally who we lost. And we need to get back. That's another thing. We have a map of Strahd's castle. So Francisco over there napping, he's got the map of it. So and it was confirmed by our sword friend that it was accurate. So we could theoretically find our way into the dungeons where he is maybe keeping your family. My biggest concern with that is that your brother, it seems, is on his side. It may become a problem. If we go to that route first, that's something we have to deal with. If it's something we wait until after we kill Strahd, then it's less likely, possibly, maybe, that anything bad will happen. There are plenty of reasons why he would be on his side, and maybe he's blackmailing him. He could have brainwashed him, and vampires have that charm effect thing.
If we get rid of Strahd, then I mean, it's more likely that we'll have less bad things to worry about when it comes to,
right,
that part.
When I had a dream. I don't know if I told you, but I believe I was seeing through my father's eyes, and around him was torture equipment. I would like to think that if my brother is on Strahd's side, it's not willingly.
Right.
Maybe to protect my dad.
Maybe.
Or to stop the torture.
Right. There, like I said, there are many reasons why. The only thing is that if we go in and try to go against Strahd and save your parents and possibly him if it all goes well, is that he would then become an obstacle because he's still under Strahd's thumb. If we wait until after we kill Strahd, then he doesn't have that master he needs to answer to. I mean, he might still put up a fight. He might still try to kill us, depending on reasons or what's happened. But at least in that way, maybe we can subdue him without having to also worry about Strahd as a threat. It is your choice which one we go take care of first. This is your family. I'm just pointing out that it may be best to, I don't know, because he could bring them to make things more complicated. I don't know.
Real quick question, while we're on the topic of this, speaking about getting an army, are we gonna try to recruit the werewolves too? Considering their leader is now taken,
They might want, they might help. It's a matter of how do we contact them. They were working for Strahd. They're not working for Strahd anymore under Zula.
And maybe they'll listen to one of their own?
Maybe. It does seem that they follow the strongest of the pack, and I don't know if they would still have allegiance to my mom if she is taken by Strahd.
Well, she kind of ran into that by choice. It wasn't really like she failed at anything.
She didn't get beaten.
She's
just there. We don't have to tell them that she was captured or anything.
Well, I mean, she technically wasn't. It was more of a angry.
I mean, worst case, we can just be the strongest.
Right. It's too bad you don't have that cockatoo speak anymore.
Yeah.
Now the last thing on our list is the Hall of Bones in the dark pit of his castle. And I'm getting the sneaking suspicion that that's probably where this is where we're going to find him and where everything's going to go down. Hopefully, that's also where his casket is, because if we can destroy that, it will impede his ability to come back. So
that should be at the top of our list of priorities.
We should destroy that before we fight.
Maybe if we sneak in.
With the front being distracted, thinking we're just raiding the front.
Right. I mean, he said he wanted to end the game, and I'm not convinced that he wants to do it over like tea and crumpets, you know. I'm sure it's going to be a battle.
I mean, if we're sneaky enough about this and we just stroll up to Strahd as if we came through the front gate, then he won't necessarily know that we destroyed the casket.
Well, no, I'm thinking what's going to happen because of this card. I've been looking at it. If the dark pit, they hide their beds in places where they don't think people will find them. It would be ironic and foolish of him to invite us into the same space as that. But he's also been severely underestimating us.
And very cocky.
Yes, he is extremely arrogant, narcissistic, actually. So it actually would make a lot of sense in that case. So if we can sneak in. What?
What if his throne was his bed?
Oh no, they've got to like close the lid and just go like,
I'm just saying it'd be funny if, you know, like he had like it set up on the wall and he had like a chair in it so he could like close it while sitting in his chair.
That doesn't seem very restful.
Weird.
I mean, he's a vampire.
Vampires still need to sleep. Okay.
Well, yeah, but they can sleep in weird ways, hanging upside down.
I don't know if they actually
That's
do
more
that.
like story.
I read it in
like,
a book. Francisco
yeah.
showed it to me.
Yeah, don't believe everything you read in fiction.
He told me it was a historical story.
I
It had
don't
to-
know if
It
Francisco.
was a beautiful romance.
Did you
What was it
actually finish a
called?
book that Francisco didn't ever, like only read the first 2 pages of?
Yeah.
What
He asked
was
me
the
how it
name of
ended. It was like it was called Midnight.
Right. Okay.
There were several books.
So,
I never got through all of them though.
Getting to my point, if we can sneak in while he is distracted by thinking we're coming in from one direction and we come in from another, we could potentially use our surprise to destroy the casket right away. Like drop a
be a-
bomb on it or a big boulder. I don't actually know. Maybe just throw Francisco on it. I'm sure he would splinter
Or-
that easily.
Do
Or
what
could
you
set on
did
fire.
to the windmill and
Yeah.
Set
burn
it on
it.
fire.
Fire!
It might be fire resistant. Who knows what he's done to the thing? But then we don't have to worry too much about it. So we have lots of options on what we can do. And I'm pretty sure those are all the cards. I look at all my cards. Oh, wait. We need to go see the crazy wizard man.
and see if we can find a dress.
Yes. Okay. Let's go to. Is it Valaki? I can never remember the names of these
I
places.
think it is Valaki.
Let's go to
The
Valaki.
nicer town.
Yeah. We'll go shopping for a dress. And then we'll you know what? I haven't seen any guns in this world. So maybe instead of actually looking to purchase a gun, we go find Crazy Wizard Man and ask him to maybe
Make
just
your gun
enchant
magical?
it. Yeah, just even a little bit, because having everything, all my damage being so ineffective, not only really hurts my pride, but also it's really inconvenient when you're trying to kill, your favored enemy.
Yeah, that's
So-
You know,
true.
If he can enchant your gun, maybe he could restore the magical properties of the cockatrice feet.
I don't know if he'll have time. I've watched Aphrodite enchant things, and though a really powerful
it
wizard can do it
Doesn't hurt to
quickly,
ask.
you can ask, but if it's one or the other, we're enchanting my gun.
Oh yeah. But it'd be cool.
Sorry.
Maybe I can get like a dagger.
Well, let's go shopping. To the lucky.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys start making your way toward Valeki. Let me open up my map real quick and
I'm just
see
gonna
how-
buy a handle, and then I'm just gonna like wrap the beak to the handle.
Oh,
Unless they have a blacksmith or something, that'd be cool. But will it be magical?
We need to
Probably.
find a blacksmith to fix my
Thieves' tools?
picking lock things.
and we should try to
Your
find
lock
some
picks.
oil.
What
Because-
kind of oil?
Well, I could bless it and make it
Whoa.
holy, and you
That's
could
nice.
soak your. If we can't get your gun enchanted, I could at least get you some holy oil and put your bullets
pretty,
in.
pretty sure you guys have holy oil.
Do we?
I'm pretty sure you guys have something that you can put onto things to
It's
make
that
them
Sharpie
magical.
Sharp. It
Oh,
was the Sharpie Sharp stuff. The potion of sharpness or something that spit almost drank, and it's a good thing he did it, because that would have hurt real bad.
Probably.
His insides would have been extra sharp. What if you poured it in your ear to try to get it in your brain, and then your brain becomes sharp?
I don't think that
I don't think it works like that.
no. Yeah, no, it would just hurt really bad.
We could
Try
probably
it.
give it. We could give it a try. I mean, you never know.
Try it. Like,
Oh,
can you
wanting
imagine?
to try it on spit?
No, I said me. Me should try it. He suggested it. Maybe
Oh.
just let him drink a little.
Hey, here's another idea. What if we got Strahd into like this really calm, like, hey, we've actually like had a change of heart and we think you're really cool and want to be best buddies. How about you put your head in my lap and I'll just stroke your hair and then into his ear.
Can
I
you
mean, it can go
imagine
one of
though,
two
if instead it
ways.
just made us smarter? That'd be
I don't think it. I
hilarious.
really don't think it would make him smarter because there's a difference between intelligence sharpness and physical sharpness. And the thing is that as a potion alone, I don't think it would actually be effective at all. It needs to actually be applied topically to your weapon. That is my theory. I don't know much about magic. I've only watched Jaffredale. Fallen asleep watching him a couple times actually because it can get really boring.
It might just make your tummy really sharp.
It might. Which would probably be really uncomfortable. We're doing this talking and walking.
Yeah. So as you guys are walking, you are probably about 3/4 of a day travel to Valleki, but you're already halfway through the day. So it is beginning to get dark as you make your way up this muddy trail following the Luna River. Eventually, you do make it to a cross section in the road, and you see that heading in an easterly direction is where you need to go. A sign says to Valleki. To the southwest, it says towards Wizard of Wines. And then there's another path that leads off into the north, which goes into the woods. And you remember that leads to Lake Baratok and that tower that Von Richten was staying in. But it is getting dark.
How far away is the tower from where we are presently?
Further away than Valleki is.
Oh, huh. We're not going that direction.
Well, should I put up the dome?
Yeah, let's find a spot. Hopefully nothing crazy comes popping out. Unless they're an ally or someone who will want to be an ally.
Okay. So you guys set up the dome, and actually at first give me perception checks to see if you can find a good place to set up for the night.
Are we in the forest or are we in open field?
Technically this would be foresty area.
I
Yeah.
don't
You're
think
on
it's
a
gonna
road.
matter because I got
Um,
a 28.
I got a dirty 20.
I got a
I'm not
19
even
plus 9.
I'm not even gonna roll.
Kinsley.
Can you believe that I roll a 13 and it turns into a dirty 20?
Yeah.
It's a high perception.
Yeah.
I got
Can-
a plus 9, broski.
Dang! I wish I was as perceptive as you.
As soon as you guys start looking around, Kinsley just stands there for a second, looks left, looks right, points into the trees, and's like, that looks like a really good spot. You guys are like, what are you talking about? And she walks in like a good 100, 200 feet and finds like this nice little clearing that's got like some, I guess like a big rock in the middle and a tree that kind of like obscures where the path is, but it's big enough where you guys can set up the dome and just kind of relax for the evening.
You know, sometimes I feel like walking makes me more tired than fighting.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Well,
Me is-
okay.
Currently using Francisco as an armchair.
Mhm.
So we should probably set up watch. Who wants to take the first one? I'll take last since I only need a
Oh,
handful of
I'm
apples.
already comfy here, so I'll take first watch.
All right.
Another thing that we should discuss, I know it may not be tomorrow, but what we will need spell-wise
Oh.
to just be prepared if anything happens.
Right. Are you talking about like we die?
Well,
Hmm.
trying to avoid that.
We should
That's the
get
goal.
some-
Yeah. But
We should
you know,
speaking of that, we should try to see if they have a lot of oil in Valleki.
what kind of oil?
Let me have a look. It is rare oils and arguents worth at least 1,000 gold pieces.
Rare
this
oil.
for-
It just says rare oils.
Okay.
And unguents.
Probably,
Is
is it reagents?
Hold on. Unguent is how Google says to pronounce it. A soft, greasy, or viscous substance used as ointment or for lubrication.
I believe it's ungent. I might be wrong.
I feel like ungent is a word I have heard
Unguent.
before.
Right. Which is why I'm thinking that's what that is.
It's either unguent or ungent. I
No,
don't
I'm
know.
pretty sure that's ungent.
So
Google says the other thing. I don't.
Is
Google's
this-
not always right.
is this for your reincarnation spell you've been talking about?
Yes.
Understood. Well, it couldn't hurt, and we have a couple of diamonds for. Well, don't you have Kinsley? You have a spell that can pop dead.
Oh,
things back
I
up.
do have a spell that can do that. How much
So we'll need to establish now, would you
Revivify.
either A, come back as how you are now, or would you like to potentially come back as another race?
If it says it in the spell, you will be rolling for another race.
Oh yeah, no, that's why that's what I was
Oh,
saying.
it's revivify or revivify. I
reincarnate.
think it's a diamond worth
300.
300. Yeah.
Well, it's
300
diamonds,
diamonds.
so
Right.
it can be more than
Yeah.
one. And I do have under our gems like section that I made. I have 2 separate 3 diamonds worth 100 gold each. So I
And
can
we
do
also
it
got
twice.
those 2 500.
That's why I was saying you'd
We got
either
2
have
diamonds
to,
worth 500.
the person would have to choose now, would you rather have me resurrect them or Kinsley? Because they'll
I
have 2 very different
think-
outcomes.
I
Kinsley's
feel
People are
like
probably
that-
gonna want to be
revivifies-
themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my thinking. How long does it take for what space of time do you have to revivify?
A minute.
What is the time span for
Reincarnation takes an hour to cast. However, the creature can be dead up to 10 days before.
So that
Revivify.
is our backup plan in case revivify is no longer applicable.
Revivify, how long does it? It only
It's
takes
It's
One
instant.
instantaneous.
Okay.
Yeah, it happens immediately.
I was gonna
and,
say
But
it
I'm
can't be. It
assuming-
can't be an hour for that if you
No.
only have a minute to use it.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to double check.
Okay, so this is the backup.
Yeah. And so yeah. Pack
So
those
try
two.
I mean, I always
try to-
have the revivify.
Yeah, try to
Good.
keep
Don't.
Kinsley and I alive as worst case scenarios.
Right.
Um,
right.
because without
That's
me,
also-
I'm just.
But with if we get that wedding dress, then hopefully
We will
what's
have
his
2.
name will have keep up his end of the bargain and
What if we use reincarnation on the corpse, right?
I don't know if it would really work.
I mean,
Because
it's
does
obviously
she
more than
actually-
10 days, but is
Does
she
it-
really dead or is she like.
Well, the thing is that she is a compilation of many bodies. So is it many spirits or no spirit? Is she empty? Is she not empty?
Or she
I
I don't
like-
like it?
know.
Or is she one spirit that's kind of like controlling all the pieces, or is she like a Frankenstein of spirits?
Right.
Is what Imra just asked, basically.
But
I'm
okay, well
tired.
the one spirit controlling the body alone isn't an option she put.
It was implied,
Yes.
and I might have
Yep.
even said it. I'm
You
ready
did.
for sleep, so I'm going to go to
Yes.
bed.
I too will sleep.
Oh, that's right. I'm watching.
Yes,
Okay.
you're keeping watch.
Okay. So Francisco's been sleeping this whole time. He's
Yep.
he just passed
I-
out as soon as you guys got there.
Oh,
Yep. And Spit goes and cuddles up with Francisco, imra'lyr, and Kinsley. You also go to sleep as well. imra'lyr, actually, you're trancing. So me, go ahead and give me a perception check as you are keeping watch.
Ooh. 22.
22. Okay. Give me 1 second. Me, you are sitting there near the edge of the dome, keeping watch, looking around, being extremely perceptive. You hear owls hooting out in the distance. The wind is blowing, the leaves are rustling, and through the dense forest, you suddenly see a weird little glimmer. As you move your head back and forth, you see it shine, 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 as if the light of the moon is reflecting off of something.
All right. I think I know what I'm gonna do. Let's see, where is it? Ah, yes. Conjure animals.
You know, I don't know why more druids don't use this spell as often as me does.
Yeah, me
Like,
this is so much.
The
Summon stuff
utilization
all the
of this
time.
spell is like, it's slightly overpowered.
That's very nice.
Just on the cusp.
Oh yeah.
All right, what is me feeling like today? We're not gonna do spiders because that'll take too long. You know what?
Can you do a monkey?
Can I do? I believe I can do a monkey. Hold on, let me.
Just pick whatever you want. I was just throwing it out
Monkey
there because we're in a
5e.
forest.
I mean, it was a good idea. I was thinking about like doing a couple. Let's see. Their CR rating is challenge rating 0. Yeah. I can do monkeys. All right. I'm going to do, since they're all CR 0. Let's see, 1/4. I can do 8 of them if I'm doing it at just normal level, which I'm going to.
He's
So-
gonna make 8 monkeys appear.
Hey,
Yeah,
you
I mean,
know
why
what?
not?
What if it's dangerous and it kills like 5 of them?
Yeah.
And you
Okay.
have to have the other ones come back to tell them what it is.
All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. So there's 8 of them. I'm going to summon 2 goats, 4 monkeys, and 2 hyenas. And 2 of each monkey is gonna ride one of the goats and one of the hyenas.
Oh my
You know,
god.
goats aren't particularly fast, right? I mean, they can be.
They
if
can
they
ram
really
into anything there. So I mean,
Oh
I don't
my
know.
gosh.
I was just doing the first things I see.
Okay, you do you. boo.
Actually, you know what? No. 2 hyenas and 2 giant fire beetles.
Fire beetles in a forest, they don't catch things on fire within a proximity, do they? Like fire
don't-
elementals?
I don't think so.
What is it?
I guess
Fire beetles.
I don't think so.
Giant
I
fire
don't know what
beetles.
they
No,
are.
no, because they're not just constantly on fire.
Like they spew fire.
They only
Okay.
actually it's just that they're illuminated. It just sheds a bright light.
You want
And they only have a bite thing.
you want to draw attention? You know what? I'm
It'll
asleep.
You're
look
bro.
asleep. I was
cool.
gonna say you're asleep. Me can do
It'll
whatever he
look
wants.
cool, okay? It's gonna be 2
I
fire
just feel
beetles.
like tactically it's a
hyenas.
terrible idea, but
You know what? You know what? Hold on, real quick.
Oh my
Okay, they're
goodness.
relatively small. How small is? Oh, wait, they're small.
Yeah, I was gonna
Me-
say monkeys
me.
can't ride them.
Send your animals to go find what this thing is.
All right. We're just gonna do 2 fire beetles. I assume they're small, so they're just gonna be like on the monk. They're gonna sit on the hyenas' noses, like Rudolph's, and the monkeys are gonna be riding the hyenas. There are 4 of them, so they're making like a link, like acrobatics between the 2 hyenas,
Oh my
and they're gonna go
goodness.
investigate the shiny thing, and they're gonna
Oh
report
my
back to me.
Gosh.
Okay. So
And yes, the monkeys have fruit hats.
so your little horde of animals start going into the forest where the shiny light is. And me, go ahead and roll me a D100.
Ooh, I have to
Gotta
Google
split them up, man.
roll.
I have a D100. Come get it.
Okay.
Or if you have
No,
two
you can-
D10s.
Just do D10s.
Yeah, roll
Oh,
two
okay.
D10s, pick one for the tens place and one for the ones place. And then tell me what number you get. If it's 2 zeros, then it's 100.
All right. The that is this what these ones, yes? Yes.
I don't know. I couldn't
They're
see what you
like-
had.
They're like pancaked D8s.
Oh wait. Isn't this a D100?
That's
Yeah, so
yeah.
that's the
So
20?
that's the roll that along with another one shaped just like it that only has like
Except it only goes to 10. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
and then tell me what you get.
49.
49. Okay.
Are these animals all clumped together?
They're,
Or her-
they're like kind of they're the two hyenas are next to each other. The monkeys are acrobatics on top of the hyenas, and the fire beetles are on the nose of
Right.
the
I
hyenas.
just like, oh man.
It's me. He's tired. He's sitting on Francisco like he's a lawn chair.
So, are you having them retrieve whatever or what are you telling them to do?
At first, I'm telling them to go look at it and then report back to me what it is.
Okay. So, you can communicate with them without casting Speak with Animals?
I mean, I can just cast Speak with Animals.
He hasn't gone to bed yet.
Yeah, I'm just saying like I just want to be
If I remember correctly, the last time we did it is that they communicated because they can understand me. I
right.
had them do communications through yes or no questions in which they would like dance or whatever.
Okay,
Or
if you want to
they
do
could
that.
just draw me a thing. I mean, if I can cast Speak with Animals on my conjured Fey animal spirits, I mean, I
Yeah.
could just do that.
Wasn't it
so.
a self cast?
Speak with Animals?
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
You cast it on yourself. So you,
Yeah, and these are animals, so
Yeah.
I mean they're Fey in the
Fey
form.
spirits in the form of animals.
Yeah. I'll allow it.
Yeah.
I'm feeling today. Okay,
I'm
so-
vibing with it.
That's right.
Yeah, so tell me what it is, and depending on what it is, I'll have them retrieve.
So they come back to you and they essentially tell you that they found what looks to be a small mirror.
Go get the mirror.
Okay, so they go back, they retrieve it, and they bring it over to you. And it seems that they have found a small trinket. It seems to be a hand mirror backed with a bronze depiction of a Medusa.
Oh,
I'm not gonna look in the mirror.
did you bring it
What?
into the dome?
I look at Kinsley. I
She's
look at
asleep.
Spit.
Sleep.
I look at Imra. I bring one of the monkeys over. I have them look in the mirror.
You're gonna tell your Fey monkey to look in the mirror.
They just go back
Yes.
wherever they come from. It's fine.
So
Yeah.
you hand it to him. I'm gonna have him roll an intelligence check for me.
I tell
for the
them to
monkey.
look in the mirror.
Right. So have him roll an intelligence check.
Okay.
I mean, they have to do what you say, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but still roll an intelligence check for him.
This
Am
is
I
a
just?
checking out a saving throw.
I have monkey stats, so I'll just.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a -3.
Would it really take on animal stats? That's okay.
Yeah,
That's
a
it,
statistic
it,
that I
it
don't
does
really
take
know.
on the thing.
It
Okay.
does,
It
yeah.
uses the stat sheet. So that's 11 -3, so that's 8.
Okay. It just picks it up, doesn't even like think about it or whatever, looks into it, and nothing happens.
I wake up Spit. I poke him.
It's even.
Okay, Spit.
What?
I have this cool thing, all right? I'm gonna look at it, and if I turn to stone or anything, I need you to wake up imra'lyr and Kinsley, okay?
What are you talking about? I'm sleeping.
If
You
I
woke-
turn to If I turn to stone, wake up imra'lyr or Kinsley, okay?
Okay, whatever. Just let me go back to sleep. I'm sick of this.
No, it's a cool experiment, okay? It's cool. While he's still kind of conscious, I look in the mirror real quick.
Okay. You look in the mirror. And nothing happens.
Can I go back to sleep now?
Okay. I put the mirror in my bag.
Okay.
And Spate goes back to sleep.
Okay. Well, I watched my vague creatures as I somewhat confused and slightly scared, but also that's cool. I have them do like little circus tricks for me or something.
Okay. You spend the rest of your watch with your
Not
fey animals
watching.
not
Yeah,
watching.
not watching.
Okay, and then eventually your watch comes to an end.
All right. I am going to poke Kinsley.
Uh,
Uh, watch.
okay. Mhm.
I go to sleep.
Me goes to sleep. Kinsley, go ahead and give me a perception check.
14.
14. Okay. So Kinsley's still a little sleepy. And eyes off here and there. Slaps herself, wakes herself up, and just keeps looking around. And suddenly, Kinsley sees something glinting through the trees.
I just watch it.
You move your head back and forth, and as you do, it seems the light is reflecting off of something.
How far away is it? Can I tell?
It's hard to tell because all you see is the light. But if you had to guess, you would say maybe 100 feet away, just within the trees.
Well, I can see perfectly through the darkness.
Up to 60 feet, correct? Unless you cast your
No.
spell.
No, she is their cleric type.
It is. I have eyes of night. I can magically. Oh wait, no, sorry. I can magically give.
Do you have to cast it?
No, I'm pretty sure that I don't. I just have it.
So isn't there a spell you have to cast where you can give like
I can give it to other people. Let's see. It's my
Is it in features and traits?
yes. Eyes of night. Your eyes are blessed, allowing you to see through the deepest gloom. You have dark vision with no maximum range. You can see in dim light as if it were bright light, and darkness as if it were dim light.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a D100.
8. The two together, right?
Yep.
80.
80. Straight 80. Whatever it is that is reflecting appears to be too small to see from where you are to make out what it is.
I can't leave the dome. I just watch it. I can't do anything about it.
Okay. So you sit and you watch it. Eventually, the light stops and fades away.
That's not weird at all.
And your watch comes to an end.
Okay. As Imra wakes up from her trance, one thing I should point out, there was a light being reflected about 100 feet away And well, I didn't leave the dome to check it out because,
Right, it's
well,
still up.
yes. So I don't know what it is. I don't have a way of knowing what it is. And after a little while, it just went away.
Interesting. Didn't you see it?
So, he didn't mention anything to me about it. So just
Okay.
keep an eye out. And it's probably not a good thing if it just disappears.
Probably not.
So I'm gonna go back to bed.
All right, enjoy your sleep.
Okay. Kinsley goes to sleep. imra'lyr, go ahead.
Instantly out.
imra'lyr, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Let's go, Thorstanen. Hey, that's okay. Man, my plus is good. 30-20.
Dirty 20. Okay. So imra'lyr has had her full night's rest, trancing. She is awake. She is super ready, very alert, looking around. Again, hearing the wind rustle through the trees. Farther away, she can hear some wolves howling in the great, great distance. And then again, there is a flicker of light. Looking, seemingly coming from the direction in which Kinsley pointed. You move your head back and forth and notice that it goes with the moonlight. Can't make out what it is.
I'm not interested. Keep looking. Keep my watch.
Okay, so you ignore it,
Yeah.
and
She
eventually,
is suspicious. It stays over there.
eventually, the light goes out, and the sun begins to rise. And morning comes, and you all wake up.
So I totally saw the thingy. Wasn't interested because that could have been dangerous. Who knows? There's yeah.
Me, did
Me?
you happen to see a light while you were on your watch?
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
What did you do?
It wasn't very interesting. It was kind of a letdown, honestly.
Oh, what is
and
what you?
Why?
I pull out the hand mirror, and I point at the Medusa at the back, and I'm like,
I detect magic.
and then
Okay.
I look at it, and I'm like,
You cast detect magic on this thing, and you get a little bit of illusion magic coming off of it.
Ah, okay. So there's some illusion on that.
It's not really a mirror. Could it be something else?
do I look different when I look in the mirror?
Me, you look into it again, and this time you see something a little different.
Uh-oh.
You don't just see yourself, but you see your family. And they look happy and healthy. And behind them is a great, beautiful open field with a little hut, something that looks nothing like the hell and wasteland that you left them in.
This mirror is a liar.
What do
What
you
the
mean?
Here, who wants to look in it next? It's a mirror of lies. I think that's what's magical about it.
I don't know if it's smart to be looking into a magical mirror. It could be so many different things. I really think you should just I don't know, leave it here.
I look at
What
it
the-
again. Is it the same thing?
You look at it again, and it is the same thing.
Hmm.
Like What do you see?
Then suddenly, it begins to change. Your family disappears. The house in the background disappears. And you see yourself. But you see yourself as really strong, really powerful. Your werewolf form is bigger than anyone else's. You are powerful in this mirror.
Yeah,
Hey,
like-
what do you see?
I start putting my hand on the mirror, like I'm trying to like push into it.
Me?
Your
Me,
hand
what do you
is
see?
just reflection pushing back, but it's a big hand with claws on the fingertips. You're in more of a human form now, but you still have aspects of your wolf.
Me, what do you see?
It's a really cool mirror, guys. You should look into it.
I don't feel like that's a good idea. I'm gonna take it from him and throw it.
I try to put it in my bag.
Okay, oppose dexterity checks, and me actually do it with advantage.
I rolled the same thing twice. No.
Just a check.
Yeah, just opposed checks.
15.
10.
imra'lyr, you successfully grabbed the mirror. Right before
Oh,
right before you throw it, imra'lyr, you get a glimmer, a glance of yourself in it as you're throwing, and you see yourself dressed in white, standing opposite. What's his name? I can't remember his name now. Fenris?
Fenris.
Yeah, Fenris. Opposite Fenris, under an archway in front of a temple. And it goes flying.
I go to catch
Oh.
it.
Nope. I threw it, man. Full on.
You can't have thrown it that far.
Do a strength
throw-
check.
I throw like does it have to be strength when you throw things? It's sometimes dexterity.
It's strength or athletics. I mean, athletics is
Look up.
strength based.
let's I'm gonna go with athletics though because ooh only 11. I
11.
rolled
So
bad.
you throw and it goes probably 20 feet. Doesn't quite make it to the trees.
Me goes
Uh,
over and goes over to.
No, I
runs over to
grabbed
pick it up.
me.
Wait,
I
no,
grabbed
but
me.
think about it. Think about it. I know it's cool and it's probably a mirror of like desire and obsession or whatever, but think about how it could be used on other people we need to interrogate or get information from. It could be
No.
really useful.
Me? It's just going to cause problems.
If I keep in my
No, I'll let you do a lot of crazy stuff.
I'm gonna.
But we're not taking this mirror.
Kinsley goes up to me, takes the mirror from him, and she looks in it.
Okay. Kinsley, you look in the mirror and you see yourself as you remember yourself, a small girl. Except for not as small as you were when you were found. Maybe more in your teens. Standing around you, you see Zula, a younger Zula. You also see who you can only assume is your father, and a boy your age as well. You see behind you a fireplace, roaring, with a big table full of food. Your mom's wearing an apron and so are you. Your father is working on a chair, and your brother's sitting there, sharpening a knife, spending a nice, quiet evening together, safe, warm, and happy.
Kinsley, we can't take this.
I wait for a second. Just staring at it. Seems that this shows you your desires and what could have been. And I look at me. Imra's right. This is dangerous. Someone could end up looking in this for their entire lives, wishing for that. I go to one of the trees and I start digging a hole.
Okay.
And I bury the mirror.
Before she buries it, Me takes a rock. And as she lays down the mirror, he smashes it down on top of it.
Bury the mirror.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. So you all turn. You make your way back to the road. Eventually, within a few hundred feet, you come to the bridge. You cross over and continue your way eastward toward Valleki. You're walking through, it's misty. It's early morning. Not much in the way of animal sounds around you, for this is Barovia, and there's not much around. You do hear the leaves blowing in the wind. You eventually come to the road that leads to the Vistani encampment, and you hear deep, hearty laughs coming from far away down that way. You continue, and you eventually make it to the big wall surrounding Valleki. The gate that was once destroyed by the rhinos of our druid me has now been fully repaired. And you approach. The guards looking instantly recognize you and begin to open the gate as you all walk through. What do you want to do first?
I give him a nod.
The redecorations. I like them.
Yes, well, it was no thanks to you.
You guys needed some fresh air.
We work on the wall all day. We always have fresh air.
Some fresher air.
Hey, do you know where we can buy a wedding dress?
It's my special day.
A wedding dress. Well, there's not.
Or if anyone in the town might have one they no longer need.
Well, the only one I can think of or the only place I could think of would be over on the other side of the main square. There's a tailor's place. It's called Lavinia's Linens. She might have something. She might be able to do something for you. So I would go talk to her.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go head that way.
Okay.
I kind of
So-
ruffle me's hair.
Sick. Okay. So you guys start walking through town. You eventually pass by the old toy shop. You pass by the inn where Orwin Mardikov and his family are, and you make it to the big town square. You see that just on the other side, there is a store you haven't really noticed before. It's a beaten down building. Doesn't look as nice as some of the other buildings around, and the dust over the sign sits in such a way that it's hard to read unless you look at it when the light's reflecting. And it does say Lavinia's Linens, and on the bottom, it has a little thread spindle along with a dress next to it. And you walk inside. You go in and you see that it is a rather small shop. There doesn't seem to be much in here besides the way of shelves with bolts of cloth. You do see a few mannequins where Lavinia will go and actually stitch and make the clothing. And behind her, there are some clothes on display. You see, Lavinia is a shorter woman, not very tall, maybe 5 foot. She has dirty brown hair and a very modest brown dress and a little apron over, like an apron smock type thing. The dress and apron go down to her ankles, where she has on these dark black boot high heel things. And she is dirty, and she's got mud splotches on. And you see that as she notices you walking in, she begins to wipe herself off. And she goes, "Oh, excuse me, welcome to Lavinia's linens. Oh my goodness, I am a mess. What can I do for you?"
All right.
We're looking for a mermaid wedding dress.
Yeah.
Not for a mermaid style.
Yeah, mermaid style. And, it'd be cool if, hey guys, we should get matching outfits for when we go,
You want to dress up for our...
It'd be cool. Team would
We're
be
going to get
official.
so bloody. It would be such a waste.
Even better. We put on a sash for every big battle we win.
It's like you get like a merit badge.
Yeah.
I got this one when I defeated the wolf, and this one when I defeated the gnome, and then this one was Strahd.
This one was when we took Francisco on a date with his wonderful
banshee?
wife Agatha.
Oh gosh.
Gosh.
His future
I
wife.
think let's just focus on the wedding dress for
Right.
now.
We only have so
We'll
much
workshop it later.
money. So much money for right now. We need to make sure that we can buy everything we are going to need. So wedding dress.
Well, this is wonderful. Congratulations. Who's getting married?
She's about my size-ish. Little fuller up top.
Oh, give me a second. I do a little twirl and I look completely the same, except my dimensions become as close to as what I can remember the corpse bride being.
Give me a history check.
Can we help him being ladies and a little
Yeah, you guys can give him
13.
advantage.
Okay.
more advanced?
Okay. 15.
15. Okay. So you spin around, and when you come back, your dimensions have totally changed, and you look about what y'all remember the flesh golem looking like, the corpse bride, as you call her.
Except I have the exact same face and head.
And you see that Lavinia is standing there, and she's just like, "What in the world just happened?"
Magic!
yeah,
Bippity
magic.
boppity boop.
It's biological magic.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm not even going to try to begin to understand, but okay.
Don't worry, we don't understand it either. It's just useful.
It's true.
So a wedding dress for this body type.
Yes.
Okay.
wanted-
These
mermaid.
dimensions.
So for that, give me a second. She runs over to one of the shelves where she has tons of different cloths. All of them seem what you would consider nice for Barovia. Nothing is shiny, nothing catches your eye. They all do have bits of color here and there, but they all seem slightly drab. Even the white seems more of like an off-white. But it is the cleanest looking thing you have probably seen in Barovia. She runs over and grabs it, and she begins to go around me with the bolt of cloth to measure and see how much cloth it would take and everything. She's like, "Well, almost everything that is in my shop is tailored specifically for individuals. So, for something like a wedding dress, not very many people can afford something like this. So I don't have any pre-made. I would need time to make it. It would probably take me about 2 weeks.
Oh, we don't have that kind of time. Do you have a white dress that can be altered?
That would take at least the altering plus that, and what I have going on right now is that
This is kind of like a really important thing, like life and death.
I would still need at least a week.
Do you just have a white dress? That's about his size, this size.
Not in white.
Could you bleach anything?
What is bleach?
You know, when you take the dye, the color out of the fabric.
There's something that can do that?
Oh, wait. Okay. We don't have a week, you guys.
Unfortunately, we don't.
Do you know anyone who has a wedding dress that we could just buy
I
from
looked through my
them?
disguise kit.
I think you already did.
He did,
Oh,
yeah.
that's right.
Mhm.
I probably did.
Well, I do not know. There's not very many people in town who could have afforded something like that. I mean, the only ones I could think of the old burgomaster and his wife, and then the old lady Wachter. Those are the only two people in town who could have had something, but they're both gone. I don't know. I don't know who you could
Maybe
talk
we
to.
should
Well,
go talk to Markov.
also, didn't we claim Lady Voctor's house as our own?
Yes, we did.
It has not been
Oh.
touched since the
Yeah?
incident. Besides getting that poor girl out.
Right. Good. I'm glad they took care of that. Maybe we go check that out. If we can't find anything, we go to Marty Krov and see if they know anything that could be helpful. We only have like a couple of days before this wedding thing, and it's really important that we figure this out.
Question.
Okay. Yes.
When I look around her shop, do I see like what kind of like colors of fabric and stuff does she have? Like,
So lots of browns, some gray, some black. She does have a little red here and there, but it doesn't look like she has much of it. Anything with real color, she does not have a lot of, because one is expensive, not only to acquire, but to make. And she doesn't have the means to do that. So looking at them, you can see that the colors are splotchy, almost as if she is dyeing stuff herself, but she's dyeing it from a color that's very like the off-white. So it looks off.
It's a little muddy.
It's like muddy here and
Right.
there.
so I bring out my we'll take where'd it go? I bring out my red cult robe.
Are you talking about the
and-
red brands?
Nope, there was red brands, but there was also specifically an instance where I collected 4 black cult robes and then 1 red cult robe.
Is this from Steven?
I can't remember where it was
I
from.
think I remember
I
you
think that
wanting the
was from
occult
Steven.
robes.
That's like
Yeah.
the only
I
time
don't
we brought
specific-
into a cult.
Yeah, I don't really specifically remember red, but maybe Steven's was a different color. Because his
I just
mom made it
remember
for
there
him.
was 1 red and then 4 black, something like that.
That's probably it then.
Yeah. I pull it out and I say, what kind of like clothing could you make with this kind of fabric? Is there
She
anything
looks
we
at
can
it
know?
and her eyes are wide. She's never seen material like this before. She's just in awe and she's like, oh my goodness, you must have paid a fortune for this. Where did you get this? This is incredible. Look, it shines. It's a light. I want to cry. It's so beautiful.
If you want to have fun with it, you know, I could commission you to make a like a suit or something, and you can use the material.
Oh my goodness. This is incredible. I would love to do this for you. A suit so intricate. Not as much as a wedding dress. I would need a week to do it.
That's fine.
Oh my goodness, this is incredible. Okay, so you provide us the material, so just for the label, let me get some measurements. You want to look like this?
Oh yeah, I go into my normal form.
Okay. So let me get some measurements. And she measures you all up. And she looks at the material, thinks about what her time is worth. She's like, probably 5 gold.
I go into my bag and I give her. Without the others looking, I slide her 15 gold.
Oh my goodness. You see that she's just speechless.
Take a sleight of hand check, bro.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
sleight
yeah,
of
sleight
hand.
of hand.
Yeah.
Because we are kind of like
16.
watching this exchange.
Yeah, no, I
Okay,
see
so
it.
yeah, what's your passive perception?
I also see it. Mine's
Passive is
17.
19.
Yeah, so they see you slipping her more
I
than
don't say anything
5.
though. I don't say anything.
And you see that this woman is just baffled. She's just like, oh, I cannot accept this. This is, my work is not that good. I've been training, but most of the stuff I've done is by myself. My teacher died when I was younger, so I don't make the best clothes. It's not worth 15 gold. I cannot.
I insist, please.
Oh, thank you. This is incredible. I will do my very best. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And if he never comes back, sell it for like 150 gold.
It will be here waiting always.
Aw.
Thank you.
Well, let's go to our place. We have a place. It's an awful place.
Okay.
Give her a slight bow before leaving.
Hopefully, when Strahd is taken care of, it won't be such an awful place.
That's true. Then this could be like a vacation home. That we live.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys start making your way over to the Vaktar house. You make your way over to the nicer part of town. And you do eventually come up to the Vaktar house estate. And let me open that up real quick.
Is this the one where I graffitied the sun boards
I'm pretty
stuff,
sure
or was
it
that
is.
the other
Mm-mm.
house?
That
No?
was
It
the other house.
Wait, this
Um,
is the one with the cats, right?
This is the one where I
Yes,
was
this is the one with
almost
the cats.
dead. I almost died here.
The first thing
And
me
now it's your
does.
home.
First thing me does
Yay.
is goes to see if his cats are still there.
Okay.
I
So
think we had told them to let them loose.
They're my cats.
Otherwise, they'd probably be dead by now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought someone said something about them going to specifically take care of them.
I don't know.
I don't remember that either.
That's what I remember. One of the NPCs saying
I'm
something
sure-
like that.
I'm sure me asked somebody to do that. It feels like
Yeah.
something me would ask for.
True.
I think
So-
I did.
So I vaguely remember saying I vaguely remember the phrase the cats will be taken care of.
That could mean so many things.
Doesn't mean they're here.
I do remember spouting off to everyone, though, including the NPCs. These are my cats. Please. They better be here when I get back, or something like that. I remember spouting off constantly that these are mine now.
I
Okay.
mean, he was constantly spouting that out. I do remember him claiming the cats.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys make your way over to the Vaktar house. You are able to get inside. The door is not locked. Doesn't look like anyone has been here for a while. You walk inside and you're in this small little entryway. You open up the first door that's in the center, run up the stairs, and make your way over to that office where those cats were. And you look inside, and it doesn't appear that any of the cats are here.
I will find them.
Okay. So, what are you guys doing?
Start looking around for a dress.
The closets for a dress. Yeah.
Okay.
White dress that maybe I can even alter or something.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let me see this real quick. Do.
While they're looking for a dress, me bursts open a window and he conjures 8 monkeys.
You conjure 8 monkeys.
Yes, and I command those 8 monkeys to go look for the cats.
Okay. Your monkeys take off. You guys look through, and you go to there are 4 bedrooms in this house. You know that through process of elimination, you figure if anyone's gonna have a wedding dress, it would have been Lady Vaktar. She's probably the only one that would have had a wedding dress, as her 2 boys wouldn't have any, and her daughter wouldn't have one.
I mean, unless the 2 boys, you know, that they were like being part of maid cafes.
Right. You never know. So you look around and you go into her closet and you see that it contains shelves of fancy footwear and many fine garments, including a black ceremonial robe with a hood. There's that chest that was in there, no longer locked, now open because you took what was inside. And that's it. Within those fine garments, you don't find a wedding dress.
I take her robe.
You're off looking for your cats.
Oh yeah, I sent the monkeys out, but that doesn't mean I have to sit by the window. Me's not good, you know, that's more work.
Man.
So fancier black colt robe.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
a
I'm marking
black
down.
ceremonial robe with a hood.
Ah, yes, the hood.
Well, should we go and speak with the new burgomasters?
Oh, we could talk to them. They are living. I wonder
Yeah.
if there would have been a dress there. Yeah.
It's
How
the
about
only other place I can think of.
you go talk to them? I'll go talk to the Martikarovs and see if they know anything or where we could possibly get one. Hopefully, we'll just get something from the other house. All right.
You know, we should have. Wait, did we ask the guy that we were trying to get the dress for where to get a dress?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just vague with that. Wasn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
big.
He suggested the burgomaster of that area, but if I remember, they didn't actually have one. So, who knew wedding dress shopping was going to be so difficult?
So where are you
Alright.
guys going now?
I'm going to the
We're
inn
dividing
to
and
talk
conquering.
to- yeah.
Okay. So you guys make your way over to the Blue Water Inn. And just you.
Yeah, we're splitting up. So I'm going to the inn. She's going to go talk to the new burgomasters who are in that house to see if they have one.
So
Me's not assigned to anything, I guess, so he's just gonna kitties.
Me is
Sorry.
meandering around, and as you are walking around, all of you,
He is
you hear a little bit of chaos going on in the background as all of these
no.
monkeys are swinging through town, and you see that
I
one
said,
monkey.
Be discreet.
One monkey has what appears to be like some kind of animal in its arm, and this little girl is chasing after the monkey.
No, do not take that from me. That's mine. Come back.
I didn't
come
say
back.
to kidnap them. I just said to find them.
And this monkey's swinging
I
away.
start chasing after the monkey now.
And me runs off
no.
after the monkeys.
No.
Hey, we're the monkey.
imra'lyr. So you make your way over to the Blue Water Inn. You see that gray smoke issues from the chimney of this large 2-story wooden building with a stone foundation and a sagging tile roof, upon which several ravens are perched. A painted wooden sign hanging from the main entrance depicts a blue waterfall. You walk inside.
I wave at the ravens as I'm walking in.
You walk inside, and you see Erwin Martikoff behind the bar, cleaning a mug. And you see his 2 boys running around in between the tables here and there. Not a lot of people are here. It's still relatively early for people to be in at the bar portion of the inn. But it's also late enough that no one would be in their rooms. Everyone's out working, doing different things. And you walk forward, and Erwin says, "Oh, welcome back to the Blue Water Inn, imra'lyr. What brings you here?"
Well, now that all of my companions are dead, I'm just here to, hang out.
What? No. They're all dead?
Yeah. all of
Oh
them.
yeah, Francisco's just.
Oh, well, Francisco would probably run off with me.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a deception check.
Let's see, where's my deception? 21.
Okay. Let me see
Natural
if he
19.
if he has any stats at all. He probably is just a commoner. And if that's the case, then it doesn't matter. Which, let me see. Yeah, I don't see any stats with him. Yeah, he's just a commoner. So I'm not even gonna roll, because even if no, because if he rolls a nat 20, he may not believe you. Oh, nat 20!
I
That's
beat him by
crazy.
21
Saw that
though.
coming.
Yeah, but it's
21
a
though.
nat 20. Like, if
That
it's a nat,
is-
there has to be a way for success to happen. If there's no way for success to happen, then what's the point in the game? And that's why nat 20s exist. So the impossible
That's
can
why
happen.
nat 20s you can hit the unhittable.
Yes.
happened.
So, Erwin looks at you and he's just like, "Oh, they're all dead. I do
All
not
dead.
believe it. I do not believe it. Oh, where can they be?" As he says that, he looks out the window and Francisco and me are running by chasing a monkey.
It's kind of like, mhm.
Well, there you go. That's a fight worse than death right there. Having to deal with, what is that, a
That-
monkey?
Yeah.
Monkeys that are supposed
I did
to
not-
be
Yeah.
my control.
I did not even know they were in Barovia.
I don't actually think that they are.
I've seen them in books, but that's about it.
Yeah, me did some druid magic thing. Anyway, they might as well be dead at this point. We're looking for a wedding dress or a white dress we can change into a wedding dress. You wouldn't happen to have anything that we could fix up or something?
Well, not necessarily. When we ravens get married, we don't necessarily wear wedding dresses and the typical human things to wear. It's more ceremonial, with feathers and big adornments and stuff like that. Have you tried looking over at the linen shop?
Yes, it would take her 2 weeks to make a new one, 1 week to make to alter one, and we don't have that kind of time. So yeah, we're trying to find something.
Well, I'm not sure. The only other people could have been the Burgermaster or Lady Wachter, but I will talk to Ismark. If anyone would know, or if anyone in town would have had one, it probably would have been the old Burgomaster's wife, for how vain she was. I know that Irina and Ismark, after moving into the old burgomaster's home, have moved things around a little bit, but I don't remember them getting rid of anything. So maybe...
Kinsley's actually on her way to talk to them.
Huh? Oh,
So
perfect. Well, since she is on that, can I offer you a drink?
no, I think I should probably go help me.
Fair enough. Well, your room's always open here if you still need them. Also, from what I remember, you have taken over the Vakta house. So,
Yup.
let me know
Yeah,
if you
you-
need anything.
All right, thanks.
So imra'lyr leaves to go and help out with the monkeys. And Kinsley is on her way over to the burgomaster's house, the burgomaster's mansion. Kinsley, you eventually do get there. Right across the street is Blinsky's toy shop.
Just give it a sad look.
It seems to be closed up. Doesn't look like anyone's touched it since Blinsky disappeared. You do notice sitting out front, there is a small little tombstone kind of off to the side of the building. It seems to be a large stick, and at the very top, a giant sun. A giant sun within the middle, a crescent moon. As the people of Barovia worship both the Morning Lord and the Night Mother, it has been important that they respect both gods when burying their dead. His tombstone stands there. You imagine there's something written on it, but you're not close enough to read it. And you see a little purple ribbon tied to one of the top sunbursts, just kind of flowing in the wind.
Give it a sad look, and then turn and knock on the door.
Okay. So you turn to the burgomaster's mansion, you knock on the door, and you hear from within, just 1 minute, I'm coming. You hear some scrambling, and eventually the door does open, and standing before you is Irina.
Irina, it's so good to see you.
Oh, my goodness, Kinsley. Welcome. What brings you back to Vallaki? Come inside.
Thank you.
She invites you in. You guys both walk, and you walk past the staircase, down the giant hall, and eventually into where you were first taken when you came to the burgomaster's mansion. This big den with couches and a bare rug on the ground. Really nice armchairs, and she sits you down in one of the chairs. She sits down too. She's like, "What can I do for you?"
Well, we have been sent on an odd task of finding a wedding dress. And I was hoping, since, this was the old burgomaster's home, and he might have something that his wife kept.
Well, as I do recall, yes. I believe upstairs, in that room with the really big mirror, there's also a mannequin, and it has on a beautiful white dress. I imagine that was probably the old burgomaster's wife's wedding dress. Would you like to take a look?
Yes, please.
Okay. So she takes you upstairs. You guys walk down the hall on the upper upper floor, and eventually around the corner. And you recall walking through here. This was the area. Wait a minute. You don't recall this. You recall hearing fighting downstairs as you were trapped upstairs.
Oh,
But this is the area where Francisco fought that assassin, and where
Took it out.
and where imra'lyr was when she was trying to get through to the where you were trapped upstairs. She
All right. This is where I almost died.
Yes. So she opens up the door, you walk inside, and you see that big mirror is in there, and there's a mannequin, and there's a beautiful white dress. Although it is not a mermaid wedding dress. It is nice, but it's like old school nice, where back in the day in our world there was really fluffy and lots of like lace, and it's very flamboyant, as if, I mean, the old burgomaster's wife loved to show off and make a show of everything. So that is the type of wedding dress she had. Irina turns to you and she's like, I honestly, a lot of the things that this family owns are pretty hideous. So I have no problem giving it to you. In fact, it probably makes this whole house look a lot better. So if you would like, you are more than welcome to it.
Well, I think we could do something with it.
Wonderful,
Take
wonderful.
off some of the poof and some of the lace and make it less showy.
Okay. Yes, well, it's yours. Here, let me help you get it off. She walks over to the mannequin, and you do too, and you guys both delicately pull it off, and you're able to wrap it up. Or no, she goes and searches into the closet, and she does find a garment bag. It's made of like sackcloth, like obviously doesn't have a zipper. It's got buttons. And she does put it in there for you and hands it over to you.
Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome. Anything we can do for the heroes of Vallaki. I mean, it's very important that we can help you in any way we can.
Thank you. Well, is there anything that we can do for you? Is everything okay here?
Yeah, everything seems to be doing okay. We've fortified some of the gates, and put up more deterrents for some of the vampires. Through some of our studies, we have found that maybe garlic is not so great for them. So we have smeared garlic and planted it everywhere around the town. Yes, so that's helped quite a bit. Other than that, everything seems to be slowly getting back to normal, but a better normal now that a lot of things are gone. A lot of unsavory people are gone.
Now, if I'm remembering correctly, this is where the like where the temple is or church is, where it was supposed to be hallowed ground.
Yes.
Where it wasn't hallowed, right?
Right. Yeah, so what happened was they stole the skull or something of some really saint,
right,
that actually made it hallowed ground, and then the vampires came and Strahd came and he killed the priest that was there.
Now, is that area still not hallowed ground?
Well, since the church burned down, we've kind of just abandoned that whole area.
Is there... I would like to do something for the town. Is there anywhere that you would want to rebuild a church, a temple?
Well, the only place really to do it is where the old church was, and we would like to do that. We just have no way of protecting it. Putting something like a church or a temple without having a way to protect it and making it hallowed is just a big target, unfortunately, for Strahd, because he likes to show his power by destroying any type of faith that Barovia has.
Let me just check something real quick.
Do you have it now?
Let me just double check and make sure.
Tis a good spell.
So you had said that we could take money out and have the items that we needed, right?
As long as it's not bringing someone back from the dead or not like a important thing. If it's an important thing, you would need components. But if you're just casting like hollow this ground, that's fine.
Okay. What if I told you that I could do that for you?
That would be incredible. I mean, Ismark has been talking about it, wanting it so badly to start doing that. We don't have a priest or anything, but Ismark has actually been studying. He has been studying, and he was thinking about maybe becoming the next priest. As long as, don't tell anyone. He's been doing this in secret. He does not want a target on his back.
Right.
But he understands that he and I both don't need to be burgomaster. It's kind of useless and to have both of us doing this. So he is wanting to bring the church back, and then I would take over as burgomaster.
Well, I will need to speak with my companions and see if it is urgent that we leave right away. But it does take a while for this to complete. But I would like to do that for you.
That would be amazing. Ismark would be so happy. He's actually over there right now. He's still with a small crew of townsfolk cleaning up everything and trying to get it cleared out. They were thinking of maybe building something else there, but he would be so happy to have another church here in Veleki. It would be incredible. We were so close with Father Dominic over in the village of Barovia, but we haven't been able to see him.
Right. Well, let me speak with my companions and see if we can make time for that.
Okay. Thank you so much. That would be great. And you're very welcome for anything else you need.
Thank you. It was really good seeing you,
It's
Irina.
great. It's great to see you too. Thank you so much for coming. She walks you to the front door and you say your farewells and you start making your way wherever you want to go.
Well,
Now you got this dress. Need to take it to
yep,
the house.
I do. Do I see my companions running around after monkeys?
Yes, you do. Actually, give me a perception check.
18.
Yes, you do. You see that all of these monkeys are flying everywhere, and me and Francisco and imra'lyr and Spit have finally wrangled them all up. But
They were
one.
supposed to listen to you.
You're muted.
I don't know why they haven't been listening to me. I mean, to be fair, these fade.
Perhaps you could dispel your spell?
Is
make it go
the
away?
last monkey holding a cat?
Yeah, he's the only one holding it. It's a little kitten, and this little girl is walking behind him, and she's crying, and she's like, "That's my kitty! Why are you taking my kitty?"
I look at the monkey and I see that he's wearing a very familiar hat. Oh no! So you guys, so you guys remember that satyr I was playing cards with?
Uh-huh.
I think that's him.
You know me, if you just told them to go away or dismissed them or whatever, then we could just get this little girl's kitten, bring it back to her, and then go
Is
take
the
care
monkey
of
high up?
The monkey he's sitting on a porch, and as you start walking up towards him, he dips his finger into some mud and he scratches on a mustache and he goes, "Oka chaka." All right, chaka. It holds up the kitten.
All right, I think you've had enough fun. Go away. And he fades to dust and
Okay.
blows in the wind.
All the monkeys. Poof, 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 poof.
Why didn't you do that earlier?
Well, I mean, he was moving around a lot. I didn't want the kitten to like fall. They were supposed to just look at them and tell me where they were, not to actually go grabbing them. I go grab the kitten and I give it back to the little girl. I am so sorry.
You see, she's crying like, "Thank you."
Kinsley, what are you carrying?
Oh, I have a very interesting wedding dress.
Excellent.
We should probably well, just here. I hand it over and
Oh. Well, let's go back to the house and we can take a look at it and see what kind of damage we're dealing with.
well, so I brought something up to Irina that I would like to run by you all. Would it be possible to just be here for a whole entire 24 hours?
Well, yeah, we have to. If this dress is awful, then we're going to have to fix it. So,
Okay, so we have time. All right.
what are you doing?
Well,
Do you
let's
want
talk
to go
inside. Let's talk
in
inside.
the okay, let's go into the house.
Okay.
Question.
So,
Does anyone have anything that belongs to Strahd?
no.
What about the diary?
Oh,
Hey, we do have
I do
something
have
belongs
that.
to
I take out the
Strahd.
diary from the bag of holding.
We're in our house.
So-
We're doing
Yeah.
everything in our
Yeah.
house.
It's just in
Okay.
the house.
So you guys are in the
So-
Wachter house or Wachter house.
We need to
And-
rename
It's the
this
it's the
place.
Misfits
Yeah.
house.
Yeah,
The
now it's the
Misfits house. The Misfit mansion.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I just remembered last night that I could do something.
What?
So if we want the unexpected, why don't we know where Strahd is when we attack?
how do you suppose to do that?
I can scry on him.
Oh,
That's pretty cool. Is there a way
However-
to tell if you're being scried on?
I don't think there is specifically because I mean there might be some way, but I just know that if they fail a wisdom, they're not so wisdomal need, then you can scry on them, and the more possessions or how well you know them, like if you know them really well, you have a higher chance of being able to, and if you have something of their possession, you also have a higher advantage to do that. However, DM, something to note is that it says a focus worth at least 1,000 gold pieces, such as a crystal ball, a silver mirror, or a font filled with holy water. Don't diamonds count as an arcane focus?
I have a crystal ball.
We
Does-
can
I actually
scry-
have 2 crystal balls.
We can
There you
scry
go.
on him. So yeah,
'Cause
we
I
can,
grabbed
we can
them.
scry on Strahd. And the we could actually scry on him right now. It just will take me 10 minutes, and I don't think he'll necessarily know. When
well,
I fail to
well, we figured that out. I'm going to follow the ground where the church stood for Irina and Ismark,
Yeah.
so that they have a safe place to rebuild their church. It just takes, 24 hours to do it. So I wanted to make sure that we had that time.
All right. Yeah. So you do your thing. I'm going to start on the dress because I have some experience making costumes and things. Especially for vendors. And the only thing about the scrying is that I mean you can see him. Can you see where he is?
So
I mean, we
basically, this I basically create an invisible, that this is what my textbook told me, you know, and I can create an invisible sensor within 10 feet of the target. You can see and hear through the sensor as if you were there. The sensor moves with the target remaining within 10 feet for the duration. A creature that can see invisible objects sees the sensor as a luminous orb about the size of your fist. But you can also, instead of targeting a creature, you can choose a location that you have seen before as the target of the spell. So it doesn't necessarily have to be him, but it could be a place. But we've never been to Ravenclaw, and I don't think Strahd can see invisible things. I mean, we don't really lose much for scrying on him. He'll just know that we're looking at him.
Yes. I just don't know. We need to get out the map and find where this card correlates with the map, I think, because as fun as it would be to just spy on him, I'm all for it. But we need to actually know how to get to where he is. So,
I mean, I can always scry on him while you guys are doing that and tell you what I find.
all right. I mean, okay. I'm going to get started on this. So you guys do whatever you are going to do.
I'm gonna go and talk to Ismark.
All right.
I'm gonna go peep on Strahd like he did to Francisco.
So I'm going to find kind of like a big-ish room in the house, and if there's any furniture, I'm just going to push it all back against the wall, so I just have a big floor space to start working.
Okay. So, me goes off into a corner of a room somewhere to attempt to scry on Strahd. Okay.
It's my room.
imra'lyr is making space to work on the dress, and Kinsley is on her way to go see Ismark to maybe make the church hallowed ground once more. And that's where we're going to end our session.
Man, oh man, oh
Okay,
man.
actually, this is great because I guarantee Trevor's going to want to be here for when we spy on Strahd.
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Well, everyone watching at home, I hope you enjoyed this episode. This was a fun RP episode and figuring out what we're going to do and get the story going and get near the end. Excuse me. I will say that leading up to the end of Strahd, when we finally get to the castle, from that point on, we are going to actually take a week off. So that way I can have a full 2 weeks to prepare for the end. It may or may not be this. We'll probably play next week.
Well, all we have to do is have Kinley do her hologram thing, fix the dress, send the dress off, and talk to our allies. Theoretically, we could start our assault next game.
Okay, well then let's go ahead and we will be taking next week off from this. I'm sure we'll stream something different. So that way I can have a full 2 weeks to prep and get everything I need.
Worst case, it just runs a little bit long. Hopefully
Yeah.
not, but
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. So I don't know if we're going to actually do anything next Friday because it's my birthday.
Oh yeah, Laura's
So,
birthday. You
Since we're not going, Shut up, man. I am an elf. I do not age. So yeah, since that's happening and we're not going to be playing this, we're just going to take next Friday off. I'm going to make that decision.
Cool.
I want to be able to have some fun with my girlfriends. So, but we are streaming Monday. I should have pulled up my stuff. 5:30.
5:30. Even I remember that, and I'm not even a part of it.
And 7:30 Central Standard Time. So come watch us play a homebrew campaign. It is a whole lot of fun. Some interesting things have been happening. Our Discord is open. Yay, Nightbot works. I just put it in the chat. Our Discord is open, so you can come and hang out, talk fantasy stuff, maybe, do fantasy projects with your peers. We also have our TikTok open for stuff where we make videos for you to duet. And I believe, are we still are these still getting up onto our podcast?
So I still need to find time to work on that. I have gotten us through episode 12 of the Mines of Phandelver. I just, episode 13 I looked at, and it's probably going to have to be chopped up into 3 episodes just because it was such a long episode. And then hopefully I can bust through all the Curse of Strahd as well.
Curse of Strahd is when we started doing shorter sessions.
Yeah. So should be a lot easier. But yeah, I do need to get back to working on those.
Cool. Those obviously you can go find. You can find everything on our website, lakesidelegends.com. So our social media, the podcast, and the podcasts are up on most places you can listen to podcasts. And is there anything else?
Nope, not for me.
Just check out our social medias.
Yeah, come hang out. Right.
All right. Well, if that's everything, everyone watching at home, thank you so much. We appreciate it, and we hope to see you next time down by the lakeside. See ya.